Today we're going to present you with another character dominated in the business world. Instead of saying the name straight away, we'd like to give you a clue and guess if you can, and see if you can easily recognize the person in question that we're going to discuss today. All human beings like to connect with each other, curious to know what the others are doing, and more often share their views in respect of issues common to all of them. Therefore, they connected in different ways of communication methods like sending letters, telephone calls, and make physical contacts to communicate verbally. In this background, in 2003, a second-year student at Harvard wrote the software for the website called FaceMash. He used his computer science skills in a controversial manner by hacking into Harvard's security network, where he copied the student ID images used by the dormitories and used them to populate his new website. As a result, he faced serious charges of breaches of security, violating copyrights, and violating individual privacy. Therefore, he was expelled from Harvard for his actions, and subsequently all charges against him were nullified. Later on February 4th, 2004, he launched a new website called Facebook. And nowadays, it becomes a popular social media, creating a platform that enables thousands of people to get to know each other and establish friendships. Now, you must know who he is. Mark Zuckerberg, co-founder and CEO of Facebook. He was born on May 14th, 1984, to Karen and Edward Zuckerberg in White Plains, New York. His father was a dentist and his mother was a psychiatrist. Mark Zuckerberg has 3 sisters, Randy, Donna, and Ariel. He married Priscilla Chan on May 19, 2012, and he has a flourishing career of his own in philanthropy, and she has a flourishing career of her own in philanthropy and is a former teacher and pediatrician. Mark Zuckerberg net worth. As per the real-time billionaires list published in 2012 by Forbes, with a net worth of $98 billion, he became the 5th billionaire on the list. The massive source of wealth to the 37-year-old gentleman was generated through Facebook. As a typical business tycoon, his wealth comprises a collection of cars, high-value real estate, etc. Sources revealed that his annual earnings came to roughly around $15 billion in 2020. Having known the colossal sum of annual income, one might wonder how exactly he's been spending the gift of his fortune. But the head of Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg, is not the one who flaunts his assets as you'd expect. In fact, you might think of the guy who received millions of dollars abundantly might go on a spending spree. But even at a young age, Zuckerberg has managed to keep a very straight face and straight head about how he spends his colossal income. So how exactly does Mark Zuckerberg spend his money? Let me show you. $1 million worth of residencies. According to Variety law firm, it was revealed that in early 2019, tech giant multi-billionaire Facebook founder Mark Zuckerberg purchased 2 side-by-side mansions on Lake Tahoe in the Sierra Nevada of the United States at a cost of $59 million. Though it appears too extravagant to spend for a vacation home, remember a man with $1 billion income could indulge in whatever he wants if he has the desire to acquire it on Earth. The pair of properties total to around 10 acres, and they've got a total of 15 bedrooms and includes numerous piers to house multiple boats. The smaller mansion, called Carousel Estate, is a charming Tudor-style home built back in the early 1930s. The other house, called Bushwood Estate, was built in the 60s and has 2 adjoining guest houses for visitors to enjoy. He and his wife, Priscilla Chan, also reportedly paid more than $100 million to buy an old sugarcane plantation and an isolated beach on the island of Kauai in Hawaii. In addition to the above-mentioned properties, as per the San Francisco Chronicle, he proudly owns another 4-bedroom home in San Francisco, which he purchased for nearly $10 million near hip Dolores Park. Further, he reportedly owns $22.3 million in a townhouse in New York City's West Village. Perhaps this may not be the whole stock of assets he owns. Not so fancy cars. As a business tycoon, one would guess he may own a fleet of crazy cars at his residence. Like Bill Gates? Well, no, you're wrong. Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg reportedly owns several cars, including an Acura TSX and a Volkswagen Golf GTI. He's often seen driving a black Acura TSX, a car valued at $30,000, which he says is safe, comfortable, and not ostentatious. Further, he reportedly owns an Italian-made Pagani Huayra in 2014, spending $1,400,000. This information proves beyond doubt that Mark is not an avid car collector, though he can afford any kind of car. Private flights. As a busy businessman, he may need to travel overseas by plane for both professional and personal travel, including vacations. But due to specific threats to his safety, Mark Zuckerberg, as many other businessmen, opt to charter a private jet. Facebook said the charter flight cost $871,000 in 2016. Extravagant vacations. To break the busy and monotonous life, Mark Zuckerberg used to spend money lavishly on vacations with his loved ones. He proclaimed that he used to celebrate the wedding anniversary, taking annual honeymoons to romantic locations, including Japan and France. His travels have taken him on a tour throughout every state in the United States, and on a luxury vacation to Vietnam, buying up competitors. Another way of spending his money is to keep Facebook in his place at all times, and if any competitor poses a threat, he willingly throws money at it. The best example is that Instagram, the photo-driven social network, which has become more popular among some users than Facebook, Zuckerberg, without hesitation invested $1 billion in 2012. The same manner, Facebook acquired WhatsApp for $19 billion in 2014. His personal PR team. As a forerunner of the giant social media, Mark Zuckerberg needs to maintain an impeccable profile. To achieve this objective, you may not believe it, but he recruited public relations professionals who help maintain his personal brand. This special team comprises of 12 experts in maintaining the esteemed profile of Zuckerberg, and their main role is to take his official photos, write and edit his Facebook posts, respond to comments, and delete unpleasant ones. Another interesting fact is that these professionals advise him on his uniform, including those grey t-shirts that he always wears. With this elite professional team, there are 25,100 employees altogether that make up the workforce of Facebook. You can imagine how much money Zuckerberg has to allocate for their salaries and other fringe benefits. Those trademark tees. When it comes to the outfits of Zuckerberg, he's often seen wearing a grey t-shirt, jeans, and a pair of sneakers. The fact about his clothing is that the 37-year-old billionaire appears not very much interested in the fashion world. He prefers to wear simple clothes, setting an example to today's youth. The 37-year-old explained this during his first public question and answer session in 2014, when an audience member asked why his outfits never changed. He confirmed he does not want to give more attention to trivial matters and preferred to focus on more important ones. Anyhow, do not mislead about the cost involved in his outfits. Each shirt of his uniform reportedly comes from a designer brand called Bruno Cucinelli and costs up to $400. Internet for everybody. Mark Zuckerberg wrote in a Facebook post that every person should have access to free basic internet services, tools for health, education, jobs, and basic communication. To achieve this end, Zuckerberg invested his money into a Facebook-backed partnership to make internet access a universal right. Probably his initiative may pave the way for opportunities to the inquisitive thousands of people and knowledge hunters throughout the world to quench their desires in updating current trends in the world. Further, he has the belief that the Internet.org initiative will bring free internet to remote areas through drones, satellites, and lasers. Homes for teachers. Apart from leading a luxurious life and investing money to expand his business, Mark Zuckerberg took an initiative to provide $5 million in down payment assistance so that teachers can become homeowners in pricey Silicon Valley. In this project, Landed connects investors who fund part of the down payment for teachers to buy homes. The investors share up to 25% of the property's gains or losses when it is sold or after 30 years. A commitment to philanthropy. The Giving Pledge is a commitment by the world's wealthiest individuals and families to donate the majority of their wealth for the purpose of making the world a better place. In 2015, Mark Zuckerberg and his wife, Dr. Priscilla Chan, have signed to contribute to the fund. In the year 2015, he expressed his intention of giving away 99% of his Facebook shares over their lifetime, then valued at $45 billion. They have also donated $75 million to San Francisco General Hospital and $1.9 billion for Chan Zuckerberg Foundation. Zuckerberg and his wife have launched the Chan Zuckerberg Initiative, a foundation that provides long-term funding for research, development, and engineering projects. The organization's slogan is "A Future for Everyone." One of its core missions is to eradicate disease through focused research, and it also supports housing and justice efforts. Having known these facts, it is obvious that Mark Zuckerberg and his wife, Dr. Priscilla Chan, are the world's most famous philanthropists. Hope you got to know some interesting facts about the world-renowned business tycoon, Mark Zuckerberg, by watching this video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and click that bell button so you always get a notification whenever we upload new videos in the future.